Yellow background with Stargardt's Connected logo showing a stylish eye with a star in the center. A text appears. Stargardt's Connected. Raising awareness, giving support, seeking a cure. Shalini O'Kane, adult with Stargardt's disease. Long dark hair and dark eyes, nose piercing and a gray top. Animated body language while speaking.
I'm Shalini and I'm 47 and I was about 13 and in secondary school when I couldn't really see properly. Yeah, I couldn't see the blackboard properly and also to read books. Also when people walking around as well, like I can see people but I couldn't see the description, if you know what I mean. I was in Mauritius, so I just saw my mom. I can't see very well. She took me to the hospital. They just tried a few glasses on me, and I could still not see. So all they say is, "Oh, glass won't work either," and that's it. Go home, basically. And I was living in a village, and I still went to school for a couple of more years. And I didn't even tell the teachers, we didn't tell anybody. We didn't even know there was a school for visually impaired kids in the island. And but I pushed forward. I really like English, the language, so I learned how to speak, how to write. And there was a point then my father did went and tell the teacher, but they never provide large print or anything, back then. They don't, and I still struggle to, so I just sort of drop off school. A, because I couldn't really see, and secondly, we needed money to pay for the O-level and the A-level and all that. And I just work in a cafe in a touristic area using my language, my skills, and I will help my dad in a estate agent as well. I just carry on working basically and never think about my eyes. And I also work with a French family looking after the kids. And from then on, because I wanted to work with kids, I got an interview in a hotel, in a posh hotel in Mauritius. I just told my manager I can't see very well. She said that's fine. She saw me working 2 days with kids doing activities. She took me. I worked there for a number of years, almost 10 years. And while I was working, not even the tourists who would come from foreigners, they didn't even know I couldn't see. I will look after the kids, I'll do activities. My English was so good that my boss was sending me to welcome the guests when they come and to speak to them, to promote the hotel and do the kids. So long story short, I eventually happened to meet my husband and I'm now in England. But I was here 17 years ago. I didn't discover anything. I stayed for a few months and then we went back to live in my country. So I lived there for 10 years. And over lockdown, we decided to come back again. We had our house in Croydon. We moved back to my house. My husband said to me, "You will not get anywhere. Everything is shut down." I still look around Croydon Vision because I live in Croydon. And I see they were doing something with cooking. And straight away, I was like, oh, I want to do something with cooking because, so anyway, I contacted them over lockdown and I became a member. I did a lot of activities with them.
Is it Stargardt's Connected?
Yeah, well, no, at that time, I still don't know what I've got. I just was told you can't see. But when I moved back to England, I went to Moorfield in Croydon, and then I was sent to Moorfield, the big city road, and there they did all the tests, and then they say, you got Stargardt's.
So how old were you then?
Recently, it's only happened last year that I've been like, okay, you got that. Before, it was just a macular degeneration, and basically you can't see. That's it.
It's quite a common story for many people.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
So did it change anything when you were diagnosed with Stargardt's?
No, it didn't change anything. But what happened is, I was telling to someone today on the way. I can still do certain things. So what I'm saying is that my vision is still the same. So I can still walk around. Obviously I struggle to read, and but I'm at the train station, to see the things. But that doesn't stop me from traveling. I went to Brussels alone recently. I've traveled as well from Dubai to Mauritius over lockdown on my own. So the only thing had changed when I found out I've got Stargardt's. I wanted to connect with other people who's got the same situation. So first of all, in Croydon Vision, we have one of the staff. And so So through her, I met this Bhavna and the rest of you guys. So yeah. So there was one more thing I wanted to say is like when I was in my country and by the time I moved here, I was not taught how to use a laptop or an iPad and all that. So in between the last few years, I do use my iPad and I use my phone, but I was not feeling confident in using laptop. But now because I work with Croydon Vision, I'm doing some cooking there for people with visually impaired. And I also work in a care home. It's a very busy care home in the kitchen as well. So I built a lot of confidence being in the kitchen. So I'm getting my confidence using a laptop, but I'm really confident in cooking.
I think what the story that you've told is the two things that strike me. One is don't stop doing what you want to do, and Stargarts doesn't stop you doing what you want to do.
Yes.
And two is having a community of people with Stargarts who understand it is really helpful.
Yes, yes. Because what I was going to say to you is like, for example, I'm so confident in cooking, right? And I'm getting people, and while I'm being Croydon Vision, I met other people who are Mauritian and who has been living at home. They can't see very well and they're not doing things. And they're saying, oh, she's doing it. She even mentioned to me, oh, you're doing it. I could do it as well. But I have looked up at other people. So I have looked up at Odette, who works for Croydon Vision. I said, she's working in an office. So someone else motivated me, and I want to now motivate someone else. And then, like I think I mentioned, Bhavna's son, if I'm not wrong, his name is Ethan. He mentioned to be positive. So for me, being 10 years in a hotel, I only told my manager I can't see. And I just carry on working and to be normal and just being. And I'm happy in my skin, so I'm very positive. So if I want to achieve something, I think, okay, fine, it will happen to me slowly. I don't think this one got that, I should have it as well in a bad way. So I just, and also I always have a positive attitude. So whenever I work or deliver or meet someone, I give my full friendliness, and good vibes. I don't strike like, oh my God, my life is finished. I can't see very well. I'm miserable. I like to just give these positive vibes, if that makes sense.
You do, and you've been such an inspiration. So
yeah.
Thank you. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd like to say, or to give any tips for anybody who is newly diagnosed?
I would say one of them is to connect with other people, because then you can learn, and then eventually if you have something you can give, and also just be positive and happy and push on, and because for me, example as well, I found out I can travel alone, I can get help, and also with the technology. And so if you're new, I think don't just stay in your shell. You should join, even near your place. Have someone you can relate and speak, and because it's always good to say what you have, what's worrying you, and learning from others is the best, I think, advice I can give. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
It's so good to hear from people. And these stories are going to go on our website to inspire others. So.
Yes, and then because, like I say as well, like things like the Max TV recently had changed my life. And when I mention it, someone approaches me and asking me. And it's just sharing. And also I've learned it from someone else. So, I'm here to pass any, share any messages.
And some of the things that you've said, we're going to take into sound bites to do a promotional video for us. Some of the things that you said about connecting with other people, etc. So
yes.
So that's really, really helpful.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I think Bhavna, obviously she's a CEO, isn't she? And she is so down to earth, and the approach. The first time I met her, a fair thing, and it's just it's amazing. So, and the whole team, so look, I'm enjoying, I'm so happy to have met these people. So if I would not have tried to look for these people, I will be like on my corner and don't know what I'm missing, basically. So searching the Stargard's team is amazing. And thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming. And thank you for being part
Text
of
on a yellow
No
background
problem.
reads,
You're
visit
welcome.
stargartsconnected.org.uk to find out more about our community. On the bottom, Stargarts Connected logo shows a stylish eye with a star in the center. A text appears Stargarts Connected, raising awareness, giving support, seeking a cure.